Hi everyone, welcome to this short video with me, Mel. I'm a Pilates instructor, gym instructor, personal trainer. I've been in the biz for about 15 years. I'm very passionate about very real exercise for very real people. So today, what we're going to do is a short, straightforward beginners Pilates session. Now, I teach a lot of Pilates classes and I really like it because I can do it at home in my jeans. I can do it when I've just got 5 minutes spare, when the baby's asleep, which doesn't happen nearly as much as I would like, but when he does sleep, I can squeeze in a little bit of Pilates. Pilates can seem exclusive and unattainable, but I think it's the total opposite because it's got all these different levels. So you can start at a real beginner level and get heaps out of it and get a real sense of satisfaction and self-efficacy. But then you can keep going and get to like expert level where you're really doing hardcore stuff. So this is just a beginner session. I want to introduce you to the amazing world of Pilates, show you that anyone can do it and that you can feel really good while you're doing it. So let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is called a cat-cow stretch. Come down onto all fours for me. If you do yoga, you'll see some similarities with Pilates, which is cool. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and I want you to push the floor away from you. Imagine you've got a tall latte between your shoulder blades and it's full to the brim, and I want you to keep it steady. You're keeping your upper body really still. You're feeling really strong in this position. And guess what? You're exercising. Just by holding yourself right here, your abdominals are working, your chest, your shoulders, all these muscles around your shoulder blade are working. So look at you go. You're exercising. You don't need a certificate. You're doing it. What I'd like you to do is a very small pelvic tuck and stretch. You'll notice I'm trying to keep my upper back really still. My tall latte is still there. So I'm just moving my pelvis down low. And this is about opening out the bones of your lower back, and we're starting to switch on your deep abdominals at the front. So once again, you're exercising. It's great, straightforward, easy stuff, but it's working. Now I want you to take it into a full cat-cow. You arch up like a cat just woken up from a big sleep. And then this is called cow. Don't know why, I've never seen a cow do this, but we'll go with it. Back of your head, that's not part of the moves. Keep your hands on the ground. Back of your head on your tailbone, and then back up the other way. Now, what should this feel like? Should feel nice, should feel right, should feel good. You may get as much movement as me, you might not. Just do whatever you've got today. We're moving the bones of your spine, we're warming up your abdominals, and we are strengthening the muscles through your arms and your chest and your upper back. So that is your cat-cow, that is your first exercise. Now we're going to move into what's called bird dogs. They're not all named after animals, I promise, although a lot of them are. Keep that tall latte between your shoulder blades, and I want you to pretend I've really poured concrete over your whole torso. And you're going to lift your arm and your opposite leg without tipping your tall latte and without moving your torso. Now this might be really challenging just doing this. I wouldn't be surprised, it is a hard move. So if you want, you can just do your arm or you can just do your leg. And you might keep your arm and your leg low. That would be great as well. We are working your deep abdominals, your butt, your hamstring. I want you to take some nice deep breaths. Breathe in as you reach out, breathe out as you come back. Breathe in as you reach out, breathe out as you come back. Something I love about Pilates is how there's so much to think about because it's a really nice mindful activity, but that can also be challenging when you first start because there's so much to think about. So keep your expectations reasonable. If you've forgotten to do the breathing, so what? You forgot to do the breathing, you're doing the movement. When you've got the hang of the movement, maybe you bring the breathing in. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for beautiful movement. Feels like you're kind of doing it right. Doesn't have to be perfect. that is a really nice way to stay motivated for your exercise. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a balance exercise. Give your wrists a bit of a roll around if you want to, have a little break. You can rest whenever you want to, of course. Come back to 4-point kneeling. And if your wrists are getting a little bit sore, take them forward a little bit. That would be absolutely fine. You're going to do that bird dog, arm and leg up. I want you to draw your abdominals in a little bit. So we're really using our abs, our bum and our hamstrings, but not too much through our back. Here's your challenge. I want you to try and lift your other foot off the ground, and you are probably wobbling as much as me. And guess what? Every wobble is your abdominals working. If you want to make this even harder, which I obviously don't need to, if you want to make it harder, close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Enjoy this instability and the fact that you are working. My triceps are getting fatigued here as well. Come out of this position. Hopefully you felt your abs were working nicely. And let's do the other side. First of all, take the time to reset. We don't need to rush into any of this. Arm and leg out. You're feeling strong and stable. And then you don't have to lift the foot. You can stay there. That'd be great. If you want to challenge, whoop, lift that foot. If your mat is squishier than mine or you're on carpet, this will be even more challenging. See if you can keep lifting your way off your mat. Reach forward, reach back. Remember, every wobble is your abdominals working. And bring yourself back down. Very nice. Sit up for me. Give your wrists a bit of a roll around. Wrist bearing work is really important, but it can be a bit tiring, so pay attention to your wrists. Okay, nice. We're going to go into a brace. You'll hear these things called different names. Doesn't matter. This one is what I call a brace. Come down onto your mat for me. And I want you to channel your inner kid watching cartoons on a Saturday morning. And then we're going to make it a little bit more professional, all right? So first things first, lift up out of your elbows, okay? So here's my kid watching TV. This is you. Now already you're working. This might be enough for you. If not, relax your hands. I want you to tuck your bottom underneath and keep tucking it until you end up with just your knees on the floor. Now I can feel my tummy shaking a bit there. I'm really working there already. If you want, come back down, have a little rest, or stay where you are. So we lift up first. That's going to get our abs working nicely and not use our backs too much. If you're up for a challenge, tuck your toes underneath. Straighten one leg and then the other one. It's a big jump up, it's quite hard. So you can go from knees to toes, or stay on your knees, or stay on your toes if you're up for it. Lift out of your elbows. Take a few deep breaths. Enjoy that strength that you're building through your body. Come down and have a little rest. We're just going to do that one more time, and it's really important this feels right. If it's too much, that's enough. Come back to it another day. Just do that first level. All right, here we go. Lift up out of your elbows, tuck your bottom underneath and peel your way up. My eyes are in front of my hands are relaxed, toes tuck under. Either stay here or straighten up, and I'm going to move between because that is enough for me today. Last little bit, taking some deep breaths. Keep lifting up strongly out of your elbows and come down for a little rest. And we're going to flip over onto our backs for our next move. So that was called a brace. Over we come onto our backs. Just ease your way down carefully. If you need a little nana nap, now would be a great time to do it. You can just watch me roll around for the rest of it. If you want to keep working with me. I want you to bring your hands just off your mat, and we're going to start. Pretend you've got some big wheels on the side of your hips. Turn your wheels towards you, turn your wheels away. Turn your wheels towards you, turn your wheels away. Turn your wheels towards you and stay there. So I'm pretending like I've got a piece of paper. No, let's up the ante. I've got a $50 note under my back and it's a windy day. I'm pressing down because I don't want to lose my 50 bucks. So imprint your spine down. You should feel your tummy is working. I'm very motivated to hold on to that 50 bucks. I don't know about you. Keep that tuck and slowly peel your bottom off the floor and keep coming up. This is called a bridge. Now, if you feel any sort of low discomfort in your lower back, just make it a half bridge. The main thing I don't want is what I like to fondly call a duck bum. I want us to make sure we don't, I love a duck bum, but not in a bridge. I want us to keep that pelvic tuck. Why? It helps us stretch the thighs a bit. It helps us not overload our lower backs and gives us more ab work. So lots of reasons why I want to keep that pelvic tuck. Come back down out of your bridge and let's go again. Smush your $50 note, peel your way up. That's called spinal articulation. Stay at the top for me. Now, push your feet into the ground like someone's trying to steal your mat. You might not even have a mat. Whatever you're on, push your feet into it. Keep your butt tucked underneath. This is a great one for posture, strengthening your butt and your hamstrings as well. Now, what I want you to do here, I can really feel this in my butt, by the way. What I want you to do here is push your right foot in, relax it. Push your left foot in, relax it. Push your right foot in, relax it. Now push your left foot in, keep pushing, 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 and if you can, see if you can sneak a foot off the ground, then put it back down. And then do the other side. Push your right foot in, and then sneak your other foot up and bring it back down. Keep going for me. What we're trying to do here, concrete on the hips, so we're trying to avoid any of this sort of stuff, all right? This is what really isolates one butt cheek and makes it work extra hard when we've only got one leg. Now remember, stop, rest whenever you want to. You notice I'm starting to lift my leg more. If you feel up for it, you can lift your leg up more. Nice deep breaths, enjoying the movement. If it doesn't feel right, time for a little rest. We're all gonna have a little rest in a secchi. So keep that tuck, peel your way back down, and have a breather there. Last exercise, we're gonna do a Pilates curl up. Bring your hands behind your head. Pretend you're fast asleep in the sun on a lovely sunny day. And then what I want you to do is just tuck your elbows in a little bit so you can just see them out of the corners of your eye. You're gonna take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're gonna nod up and look at your knees, and then you're gonna continue into a small little curl up. And then you're gonna come back down. Breathe in, breathe out, nod your head up and curl into a little curl up and come back down again. Keep going for me. This is around about the time you might notice pumpkin from your baby's lunch on your pants. You just keep going. No matter what you notice, you just keep going. There's always so many things happening in your day. There's always so many things that can derail you. Just do a little bit where you can squeeze it in. Now you'll notice as I'm curling up, I'm trying not to use my hip flexors too much, okay? That can happen a lot when we do a kind of like a bit of a gym crunch. So I want you to really sink your butt crack. That's a technical term. Sink your butt crack through the floor and try and let your legs be really sleepy. All right, just a couple more. We breathe in, we breathe out as we're curling up, really keeping this floppy and relaxed, coming back down. Last one. If your neck's worrying you, take a break. Curling our way up, sliding our rib cage down. I've got the shakes with that. I hope you feel like you've done a nice bit of work as well, and come back down. Stretch out long, like you've just woken up from a glorious sleep. I'm told that happens. Pretend like you've had a glorious sleep, even if you haven't. And then I want you to carefully roll yourself over sideways and come back up into sitting. And give yourself a pat on the back. You just did Pilates. Well done.